She's one of my favorite journalists. Please welcome the lovely, the brilliant Ann Curry. You know, it's funny that you're wearing a dress that makes a statement like that, because I think Ann has a new show on PBS. That's what we're sitting down to chat about. It's called We'll Meet Again. And we were chatting backstage about the theme of this. And I think very much the show is about love and gratitude and the way our lives, the fabric of our lives, come together. Can you explain to them, I know there's a very personal reason, you know, with your family that you wanted to do this type of show and how that relates to your own family story. But can you kind of encapsulate for everybody what the show is about?
Sure. So every one of us, I think, when we think about it, probably has someone who we would love to see again and thank for something that he or she did that affected our lives, right? So we found a number of people who were affected by massive world events. You know, wars and humanitarian disasters and political upheavals. And we basically talked to them and we helped them find the people they wanted to thank. So we take you on that, we document that journey, and then we sort of stand back with our cameras as they meet this person again. One time, there was a woman who hadn't seen the other person for more than 70 years.
My God.
And
chills,
and
right?
all of us. I mean, the cameramen were crying, the producers were crying. I mean, there's something so beautiful about what we mean to each other, and the possibilities that you can do something that you might even not remember that you did that could affect someone, like Oprah for you.
Oprah,
okay.
a whole bunch of stuff. And when Oprah was here, there's a long story, but Oprah was wearing one outfit and she had a wardrobe malfunction, had to change to another one. And I always give her one of my favorite things when she comes by. That day I gave her boots that matched the fill-in outfit that nobody knew she was gonna wear. Crazy. So I said, Oprah, we just have like an old moment with your booties. So this story is personal to you because of your own parents' story, yes?
Right. I mean, I think it's personal to all of us, but for me, you know, some of you may already know this story. My mom was a work bride from Japan. My father was an occupation soldier, and they met. They fell in love. They were 18 years old. He asked 18. He asked her, you know, whether she would marry him. She said yes, but he couldn't get permission from the U.S. Navy. In fact, they were so concerned because they were so young that they said, "We're sending you out. We're sending you," and they sent him to Morocco. So basically he trolled for 2 years they were apart. Oh. And so the quick follow-up to that story is that finally after 2 years he got the papers to go back. He went back, he knocked on the door, and she came flying in from this farmhouse way in the northern part of Japan, came flying in and they were hugging each other, but then he recognized how small she was and he stepped back, and that's when he discovered that she was dying of tuberculosis. And that there was no way that she was going to survive, except my dad, he made, because at this point you could marry a Japanese woman, but you couldn't marry a sick one. So he had her sister take the x-ray, and he lied to the U.S. Navy, and he married the woman he loved, and there you go.
Isn't that amazing? We were also saying backstage that this is the type of show that this country needs right now. We are all so divided and so filled with all of these bad feelings.
Well, it's about empathy.
We feel so lost. This is about finding that human connection and feeling for each other again, you know? And bringing us back to our core.
Right, which is actually exactly as you said, core, because it's how we're made, who we are. We know by looking at science. We know, and there's a lot of science that shows, and I can see you're getting emotional even thinking about it. Well, is that fundamentally...
Because it just makes you race through your own mind how many things affected my mother's life. She was one of 10 children. My grandfather was one of 16, 14 lived. The 4 youngest came here. And all of those threads, that's what's moving, and that's what we need to do is get back to that.
Right,
in my opinion.
Right, exactly.